All right. Good afternoon. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. Took me a break yesterday because I was sleepy. All right, but anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's get into it. I'm Kenyatta, the ArtKitech. Okay, on this channel, we destroy and build simultaneously, for there can be no resurrection without destruction. Okay, I am Kenyatta, but you refer to me as Miss Kenyatta, Queen, Goddess, Empress. Okay, what's the rest of them? Queen, Goddess, Empress, all that good stuff. Okay, Princess. Okay, or whatever I tell you to refer to me as. Okay. I will not accept anyone being common with me or anyone who supports me genuinely on my channel. All right. And as stated before, I have no enemies. Love and goodwill within eliminates that without. Okay. You can act like you are one. Okay. Which means I'm obviously of the utmost importance to you in your life. Okay. But you most definitely are not in mine. Okay. Now, a couple things that I do want to talk about eventually. Maybe we'll see. I do kind of want to talk about what I feel like the state of the children, okay, in our society, in our culture, okay. And it's not so much because I work with them, okay. It's a dream that I had, a couple of dreams that I had a few years back, okay. Um, as well as we're going to delve into this. Okay, I have not read this in a long time. I have not read the whole thing. Okay, I mentioned this book before. This is not a book that you have to read from start to finish. Okay, you just pick a chapter and read, and it's just full of just it's just so fucking rich. Okay, and powerful here. All right. But anyway, okay, especially when we talk about times moving back into moving back into the matriarchal uh, realm, and I think we need to understand what that means. Okay, what were matriarchal societies like? What was it like when the world was matriarchal? Doesn't mean that it was just like it is now, except women was in charge. It's not what that means. Okay, but first, and of course, we are going to talk about the bullshit that I endured, okay, and that I am enduring, okay. And I'm always shuffling my tarot cards here, a little early, okay, today, but that's all right, okay. So anyway, I keep thinking of that song, that Christmas song. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I don't know why. Okay, I mean it is holiday time. You know, we got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas coming up. Okay, for those who celebrate. Okay, I don't necessarily celebrate. Okay, but I do enjoy the seasonal festivities in the um, the lights and all that type of stuff, and the decorations and all of that type of stuff. Okay, don't get me wrong. If I got invited out to dinner, hell yeah, I go. Okay, somebody want to give me a gift on Christmas? Hell yeah, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but nevertheless, I don't necessarily subscribe. It's at least Christmas to the, ideas of what Christmas is and all of that kind of thing. All right. Um, I want to say from a Christian vantage point, but we ain't gonna get all into that. We're gonna move on. But nevertheless, okay. So a few nights ago, what was it? Night before last. I mean, wicked. I felt all the wicked work. Well, what do you want to call them? The imposters. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm hearing those that want to pose. Okay, in your life, these imposters, okay? But all of that black magic, witchcraft, so on and so forth. Okay, I just felt some few minutes ago. They probably thinking, oh, she about to go on, let's do some shit to her. Okay. Whatever. And then they do the typical shit. They throw the shit, and then here comes a phone call. I don't know what the phone call shit is. Okay, like I said, I don't participate in practice shit. And it's so funny. These are the same people who walk around and call me a witch and tell everybody she a witch, she evil. Okay. but be in their groups and their collectives and they whatever, doing all they black magic witchcraft, especially these religious folks. Okay. But anyway, whatever. All right. But yeah, so yesterday, don't worry, people. Hello. Please hit the thumbs up button. Okay. Don't worry. I was resting yesterday, not worried about you motherfuckers. I know that probably was the thought. Okay. Oh, it worked. Yeah, keep on doing it. She didn't come on and tell everybody how we've been bullying her and practicing our black magic witchcraft on her. Okay. So, coffee. Okay. I may just go ahead and do a reading on it just to get it out the way. Okay, what motherfuckers is up to. I really wanted to, as far as this book is concerned, I came in today, pull out that book, do some, talks on it on your YouTube channel. And I did. I haven't really taken the time thus far this afternoon, okay, to look up any particular passages that I want to delve into. I know there's one in particular that I want to delve into, and that is about entheogens, okay, that Mustard over there thought she was going to talk about in an insulting manner, and she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, as per usual. Okay, to try to make somebody look bad, okay, and don't know all the studies and work that has been done as far as entheogens are concerned, okay. Want to insult a whole group that she knows nothing about, which I was like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen, okay, but, probably the stupidest shit most intelligent people have ever seen, but, that's what it happens when you have a dummy on the loose, okay, loose fucking cannon, okay, but anyway, all the studies that have been done, and how they are helpful to people. But anyway, this book, The Great Cosmic Mother, there is a section that delves into that, okay, and the importance of it and what in societies and what happens to societies when those things are, restricted, okay, and demonized, okay. We're not talking about street drugs, okay. We're not talking about shit like that. We're talking about herbs, okay, and food, okay. And I know some people think, for example, psilocybin mushrooms. I know some people think drugs because that was the indoctrination, okay, of what it was, okay. But actually, it's just like it's actual food that that grows up out of the ground, okay, just like other herbs, okay. I actually, when I went on my journey with them, I learned how to grow them, okay, and I did. I grew some myself, all right. Okay, my friend who has transitioned a while ago. She had a mushroom farm here in Cleveland, Ohio, Kai, and she didn't really introduce me to them. I had known about them before, but she introduced them to me in I'll say from a spiritual, in a spiritual manner, okay? Because I had learned about them from the white girls that I used to hang out with when I was in high school, okay? But I had never done anything like that when I was in high school. We used to just sit around. The high school that I went to, my last 2 years of high school, it was an all-girl Catholic school. I had transferred there from a very small co-ed Protestant Christian school Baptist, okay? Very, very small. 7th through 12th grade was like 100 people. Okay. And it was very few African Americans there. Very few. I don't want to use the word minorities because we're not minorities. So I'm not going to even say it even, for the politically whatever language. No. Okay. It was just mostly, Caucasian students there. So my 11th grade year, I transferred to a Catholic school, which is Christian. Catholicism is Christianity, okay? But anyway, the school I went to back then, it was very interesting. It was one of the few, it was a school without walls. And it was a experimental thing they were doing at that time. It was a very, very few schools in the country that were doing it. The school I went to was one of, the schools. So it was like a school without walls. We had our first level, which were where all our classes were. And then we had the mezzanine. And on the mezzanine level, that's where all the teachers, they didn't have offices, like, separate offices. They were in cubicles, okay? And then you had the second level, which were all the lockers, which went from literally all the way from the freshmen all the way around to the seniors. And the way it was designed, like the school without walls, there were a few rooms in there there were, that were actually classrooms. Okay. But for the most part, you could be like in a huge area, okay, or area where there were 2 or 3 classes going on at the same time. And there was very little to divide the class up. Okay. Now okay, I was in the orchestra, for example. So orchestra, of course, it had to be in a room. Okay. But then there were some rooms where they weren't necessarily maybe just divided up by, maybe something like, I'll just say, for example, a couple of bookcases or something like that. They were divided up by, it was built into the wall, those, room dividers or something, room dividers. So that you could make the rooms as small or as big as you wanted to. But the point was, from my understanding, and I forget what that was called, what that experiment was, but it was very few schools in the country that were doing it. But what it was to help you to focus. Okay, can there be another class going on at the same time your class is, and able to focus. Also, our schedules were not the same every day. They were different from day to day. Of course, every Monday was the same, every Tuesday was the same, etc. But it was every day was a different day. And so there was no study hall. You would have quote unquote free time. So, like, for example, I remember, I think this was my first year. I think it was Tuesdays. Maybe it was Tuesdays. I don't know why I remember this particular day in this particular schedule. But after homeroom, I would have like a 2 hours of free time. And then I would have, maybe a class or two. And then I would have like an hour of free time, and then class or something like 40 minutes. I don't remember that 2 hours. And so when I was talking about the white girls I used to hang out with in high school, all of our lockers were together. So it was first thing in the morning, it really wasn't much to do. You could do your homework, that was due, or whatever work, do work, or whatever you choose, but as long as it was in the guidelines of, something reasonable. Okay. But the point was for you to, learn how to prioritize. Okay. Prioritize your day, so a lot was put in our hands. Like, we're not going to give everything to you on how to manage yourselves at this point. The school started from the 9th grade. Okay. I went in 11th grade. The point was, you are at a point in time in this period of your life where you ought to be, thank you for the 1 thumbs up, where you should be able to manage yourself. Okay. And here is what you have, and, with which to work with to do that. And so there were these white girls. Oh, Terry, Cheryl, Cindy, and I can't remember. Those were the 3 main ones. They were all really cool. Okay, they were all really good friends. And here I was this new student, and we all had the same that day. Like I said, I think it was every Tuesday. We all had this time together, and their lockers were right by mine. So I would sit up there. We would all sit up there, and I had so much fun with them. They were so funny. And they were the ones that, talking about mushrooms and acid and all that kind of stuff, And I was always curious. Okay, of course, I didn't indulge in anything when I was in high school like that. But they were telling me, the one up, they were like, no, you don't do it. I was always in college, high school. I was always one person who hadn't done these things, but I had all these friends who did it, and they'd be sitting around talking about it. And here I am, I guess they always looked at me like I was a baby or something. I was always like, well, I want to try it. I want to try it. And even though they were all indulging in all this stuff, they would all be like, no, you don't need to do that. Don't do that. Okay. But nevertheless, so I learned about it from them, but of course not from any kind of spiritual perspective. They was just partying. But my friend Kai, she is the one who kind of she introduced me to it from a spiritual perspective. For those of you who know Kilindi Iyi, okay, she had, I forget now, I think she started, I can't remember how the story goes. I mean, she was featured here in one of the Cleveland magazines for her farm and everything. I mean, she has, like I said, she has transitioned quite a while ago. But I can't remember if that's how she started the mushroom farm. He has transitioned too. He lived in Detroit. And I can't remember if she started it from her encounter with him, or if she had already started it and then she learned more about, psilocybin, okay, the psychedelic mushrooms. I can't, and I hate to call them that, but, for sake of, okay, understand, whoever's listening. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube about it. Plenty of videos on YouTube about the benefits of it. Plenty of videos on YouTube about the spiritual aspect of it. What was the white guy's name who did? Oh shit, I have to look it up. A whole lot of talk about it. He's written books about it, done a lot of research on it. I see any other time I can remember his name. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. But even besides that, here, let me look up something. Because see, you have people who, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they want to hurt somebody or whatever, and they still live in carnal land and 3D land. You know what I'm saying? They spew shit, and that's misinformation. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm just gonna read the titles. I'm not gonna uh go into the article. But for example, the National Institute of Health.gov analysis of psilocybin assisted therapy in medicine. I'm just reading the titles. A narrative review. I'm not going to go into that, but maybe I will look into it and talk about it. Some scientific benefits. They help treat mental health conditions from depression to alcohol use disorder, PTSD, and more. Okay, but they've been doing a lot of research here on the benefits of it, the therapeutic potential of psilocybin, magic mushroom, psilocybin in mental health, how psilocybin, the psychedelic in mushrooms, may rewire the brain to ease depression, anxiety, and more. Okay, et cetera, et cetera. I hadn't planned on coming on talking about this, but here we are. Okay, so the Harvard Health, not mustard stupid over there. The popularity of microdosing of psychedelics. What does the science? Hold on. What does the science say? Okay. Of course, it's saying there's no definitive evidence yet that microdosing with psychedelics is either effective or safe. But what is the key word in it? Yet, which means what? They're doing studies on it. You dumb broad. Okay. I just can't stand the stupidity. Okay. But anyway, okay, and the word entheogens, okay, a chemical substance typically of plant origin, okay, that is ingested to produce a non-ordinary state of consciousness for religious or spiritual purposes. It was the same shit as the, people hear people talk about ayahuasca, and there are others. Okay, I've never tried that. Okay, some people think that there's some. I wish I could remember this guy's name. This white guy who wrote all of these books about it. Let me see. Let me see. No, not him. Is it? I believe Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary. Yeah. Okay. But nevertheless, there's tons of information out there about it that you can, look up yourself. Okay. But that you can find, like I said, tons of YouTube videos and everything. Okay. She's over there talking about some it being in her system. You fucking idiot. It's food. It's a plant. Okay. It is not like it's not some drug that you made in a lab, okay, or whatever the fuck these things are. It's a plant. It's a literal plant. Like I said, I had learned how to grow them myself at the time. I couldn't tell you now. Okay, I had all the information back then. I don't now, and I did grow some. Okay. But anyway, my friend Kai, oh my God, she had a mushroom farm, okay, with just regular mushrooms, okay. But you will find too that if you understand and know the effects of the magic mushroom. Okay, sometimes if you eat certain regular mushrooms, it can have the same effect. I have experienced it myself, of course not as in depth and not as intense. Okay, in any way, shape, or form. Okay, it's a little bit, just a little bit. I ain't talking about them canned mushrooms neither. Okay, but anyway, she had her mushroom farm and everything, and I did go on some trips. Okay, now with hers, there was a certain, I won't say with hers, what I was taught, because I met Kilindi Iyi. Because they were, at that point, they were, um, she was dating him, I guess, because they were going to get married. I mean, I think he had two wives already, so they were going to get married. That's what, he practiced, and she was open to that. Okay. Taught her a lot. Of course, I met him a few times. And he came, had a workshop to teach us how to grow them, and I learned how to grow them. Okay, so this was not going to go. This was not what this was about. But this is. I'm not going to talk about my experience and what I learned and obtained during my trips. I'm not going to talk about that. I might, like, I have my Patreon, and I am opening up a couple of other tiers. That may be something I might share on there, but I damn sure ain't gonna share it on motherfucking YouTube, especially with somebody as dangerous as Mustard Brains and the Bleeder over there. Okay, because people like that are dangerous. Dangerous in that they misguide people, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, and that's a very dangerous thing. Okay, but anyway, and then too, all Black Magic Witchcraft, and and all that, you ain't never gonna be married, madam, and all of that kind of crazy ass shit. These people have agendas for you. Okay. And they want to try to destroy you and do you in, and it's none of your motherfucking business. Okay. Unfortunately, I shared it with the Bleeder, and I saw her one time on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, trying to talk about it. And I want to say, bitch, you don't even know what you're fucking talking about, especially after your fucking experience. Okay. Which I was sitting right there because you were scared than a motherfucker. Okay. But any goddamn way. Okay. And you may say, damn, I don't give a fuck. After all the shit that these motherfuckers have done to me, it's just fucking ridiculous. Okay. Sometimes you just have to, like I say, defend yourself and make things clear and tell the fucking truth. Okay. And not people who just want to be seen as, the great goddess of all the worlds and all the realms and all of this kind of stuff. And saying things to people who really do not know. Okay, and because they want to make themselves look like something in the great one and bow down and worship me, and I'm the greatest goddess and god of all the worlds and realms and all this kind of stuff. They're sharing things that they don't know, they truly don't know anything about. Okay, but anyway, I met him. Okay, and there were my friend Kai. I had my first experience, and I told her, because she was saying, you can learn how to grow them. And she said, but he will come, because like I said, he lived in Detroit. He will come and teach us, but he won't do it for just one person. So she said, see if you can find someone else. I will too. And just so happened we found two other people who we both knew. And Cleveland ain't that motherfucking big. You know what I'm saying? And kind of knew them from the quote unquote conscious community. Okay. So we knew them, and from Africa, some knew from African dance. I had known some from the conscious community, but they all kind of, ran in the same circles in a sense, going to a lot of the, what do you want to call them? Conscious, lectures that we used to have here and whatnot. So it was four of us all together in my house, because my house was my house. Okay, I was your house with no goddamn body. Okay, and I had my weekends free because my daughter was usually with her dad on the weekends or with her grandmother on the weekends, the lady who raised me. And we would just come together to talk about it. Okay. And we hadn't got to the place yet of, he hadn't come yet. We hadn't gotten to the place of learning how to grow them. Okay. I was the only one besides Kai who had actually, began to delve into the experience of it. And so we would just we had a good time. We had a good time there. And I think, I don't remember, one of y'all might be watching, both of y'all might be watching. The Wise was one of them. Okay, so that's how I know the Wise. Okay, but anyway, I see, not you, Wise, Mustard. But anyway, we would come together at my house and on the weekend on Saturdays. I don't know if we did it every Saturday. I can't remember, but we might have because we have fun. Just talking and sharing with one another, and learning about the whole thing, and then just talking with one another. It was nice for sisters to get together and just spend that time together. Just a couple hours, have our food, our drink, talk, laugh, and what is it gonna be like, and what was your experience, and this, that, and the other, and but still too just getting to know one another. And eventually he came for the workshop, and I think one of them, she had her experience, and the way it was supposed to be done, not just you just sitting around with a bunch of people, like it's some party time, drug. No. Okay. You had to, because when you take those, and my thing is, when I first did it, my experience was great. Okay. And Kai told me because she was there, she was like, you get it, you understand, Okay. And it's that's what I'm trying to say. I was really gung ho because I had a great experience with it. Okay. My last one was a little shaky. It was a little shaky. Okay. After that, I was like, no more. Okay. But anyway, it's like it's about you. And so what I learned, because I was so gung ho about it, if you're not really willing to really come to grips and terms with self, in just a 3D realm, that's probably not something you should indulge in. Now, that's my personal opinion about it, based off of my experience and what I had seen, okay, with others. But nevertheless, and it ain't for everybody, no goddamn motherfucking way. Okay, period. Okay, but anyway, Timothy Leary, I think that's his name. So Kilindi was sharing with us at the workshop that he of course read a lot of his work. I believe he was saying that a heroic dose is 5 grams. Well, we started off at 5 grams, and he was saying that it's something has to do with your melanin and not having that much. Now somebody else may be on here and disagree. I'm just telling you what person I learned up under what he taught. Okay, and so that not having that much melanin is something about it. Is like something about not being able to handle much more than that. Okay. We started at 5. There wasn't no heroic dose. We started at 5. Okay. My last dose, I was like, no more, because it took me deep. Okay, was 13 grams. Okay, and I had the nerve because the very first time I took them, the taste didn't bother me at all. Okay, the first time. Okay, the more that I took it, I was like, ooh, it's so nasty, So my last one, I blended it in orange juice. Okay, and I think the acid in it makes it even more potent. Okay, so a bitch was floating. Okay. From one side of the room to the next. Okay. Now you may say, come on, girl. I swear. When I closed my door and went to my bed, I swear my feet didn't touch the ground. Okay. But that was on that 13 one. Okay. You know how the Bible says, no man has seen the face of God. No man has seen the face of God. Okay. All right. I ain't no man. Okay. But anyway, so the way it was supposed to be taken, you take it, and was it that you had to eat a heavy meal or not eat a heavy meal? No, don't want to eat too heavy, very light, if I remember correctly, because it's been years. And you take off all your clothes and you get in the bed in the dark, completely dark by yourself. Okay, why? Because the trip and the journey is about you, not to get power. Okay. Especially not to get no power to hurt nobody. How can I get them? No, motherfucker. If you taking them shits for that, them motherfuckers gonna fuck you up because they're going to show you yourself. Okay, they're gonna show you yourself. Okay, and then motherfuckers are fucking relentless. They don't give a fuck. You done took it, and no matter what you go through, it's like you literally will be up all night long. Them motherfuckers ain't gonna let you go sleep. You're not going to sleep. Okay, and to take it at night. Like about maybe I think we were like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Literally, you're gonna be up to about 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. So, the wise. My house was besides Kai, the other two went through. Well, the one sister, she did her first experience at her house by herself. Well, she wasn't by herself because you can't be by yourself. You're supposed to have someone there with you and someone that you can trust. So, and unfortunately, I'll get to that. So me and the one sister, she went on her journey, and it was just amazing. Okay, I don't know if you watch this, but to me it was amazing when she was talking about her experience and she was seeing the pyramids, but like not in Egypt, like the Aztecs. That, and you can look at her and tell it's like that. Obviously, is your your background. Okay, you can see it in you. You can just see it all over. Okay, but she was like, that's nothing me. Okay, which is cool. And so she was at my house on my third floor, and I heard she was talking all night long, and I was there, with her. And then the wise would come to her. She did two or three of her journeys at my house, because nobody was there on the weekends but me. Like I said, nobody was there but me. And we would get up in the morning, and she would, when I would do it, she would come to my house and sit with me, and we would get up. And whoever took it, you up all night, damn. Ain't about getting up, bitch. When you done, you go knocking on the door where the person is. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. Come back down to earth, goddamn. Okay, and then we would go get a big ass breakfast. Okay, it was just like, oh, it would taste so good. But anyway, and so why you say, well, why naked, in your bed by yourself? Because again, you don't want, even there's life in everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I got under the covers and shit. you know what I'm saying? But my last journey was very, very, very intense. Extremely intense. Okay. And I had one person there with me, the bleeder, and she probably took my whole journey acting like it was hers. Okay, went telling people like it was hers. Okay, since she was there, because these are the things people like that do. Okay. But nevertheless, like I said, that is not something I would share on YouTube. Folks can't take it. Okay. All right. Folks like them like to abuse information. Okay. But anyway, so maybe on my Patreon, if I ever set up a class where we can do a live discussion or something like that, for those of you who are interested, I will share it on there. Okay? I'll share from my first all the way to that one. Of course, I won't share all information because, again, it's about you. It's specifically you, your journey, and information that's told to you about you. So I damn sure wouldn't tell nobody all of that. It's none of your fucking business. You have to go on that journey for yourself. But again, that's not for everybody. Okay, I don't feel that it is. Okay. All right. And one thing that Kai told me was that in one session that she had with others, one lady, I can't remember how this woman responded and reacted to it, but it wasn't good. And they were like, what the hell? And she definitely wasn't by herself. It was a group of them. And come to find out, there was something very heavy that she had experienced in her life, but that she never dealt with, never faced, never looked at, in denial, suppression, oppression, whatever, refusing to deal with it. But guess what? Okay. You ain't going to be in that situation when you take them goddamn mushroom. And we ain't talking about one dose, 2 doses. Okay, we're not talking about that. Okay, when you see 5 and 6 different colors you don't see in 3D, we're not talking about that. Okay, or where your smell is, heightened and out. No, we're not talking about that. Okay, so and they were kind of like, that's why we said before you do this, you have to make sure that anything that you have not dealt with in some way, we're not talking about no heavy, it ain't got to be no heavy, deep therapy, but that you have not dealt with, and I'm telling what it was said to me, okay, in some way, you got to deal with that shit before you take them motherfuckers, okay? They will fuck you up. Really, you fucking yourself up. It's just opening you to you. It's just removing the veil of you before you. That's all it is. Now, there are some people who think that, in the Bible where they talk about when the Hebrews were the manna, when they didn't have food, okay, and it was manna that, fell from heaven. They believe that that's what it, possibly could have been, okay? Or, if you don't take the story as literal, then is what it was making reference to, okay? I mean, you can literally like open up and create new worlds with that shit. Okay. Opening up you to you. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm. Okay. You are the universe, please. Okay. So, I mean, a lot of things that we see in our world, okay, that we use as, I feel like conveniences and whatnot. You might want to say it came from other worlds or whatnot, but then some of this shit, you know what I'm saying? People might have taken these entheogens, okay, and opened up, okay, what was in them to bring forth to share with the world, okay, to share with themselves, and learn more about themselves, who they are, the walk that they're walking, the path that they're on, why they came, all of that stuff. Like I said, there's so many tools, okay, to learn to put you in a space and place of what, knowing thyself. Okay, so if you think you're gonna take that shit because you want power and you want to rule over some goddamn body, okay, and make them bow at your feet and all of that type of shit, that's not what that's for, okay? And you will come, damn sure somebody like that, if that's your state of mind and your mode of thinking, you damn sure better not mess with that shit, okay? At all, okay? Leave it alone, okay? Because it's gonna show you the truth about your motherfucking self, okay? And if you can't deal with the truth about yourself in the motherfucking 3D, you damn sure ain't gonna be able to deal with that. Okay. Because it's gonna sit with you for at least 7 to 8 hours. All right. Like the one sister, she said that, I told her, I said, I heard you up there talking all night. And she said, it was somebody talking to me. And I think that the more we talked about it, seemed like it possibly was an ancestor. Okay. But it was like, she said, it was like telling her about herself. Okay. Okay. Now, that ain't the only. I'm not saying that everybody got to take it. That's the only way. That's the only way you'll learn about just and all of that type of shit. Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. Okay. But now, as far as what I was reading in terms of what I was talking about the studies and whatnot, okay, from .gov, not pissy mustard over there. Okay. That is for microdosing, okay, but I ain't telling nobody to do shit. I'm telling you about my experience, okay, and what I learned, okay, in my experience, okay, and why it needs to be taken a certain way, okay. Now I was with one person, and I ain't gonna say who it was unless she bothered me again. Okay. Bitch, you keep bothering me, I'm gonna keep talking about your motherfucking ass, okay. But she couldn't sit there with the lights off. Okay, it was too much, and it was only 5 grams. Okay, couldn't sit there, couldn't deal with that. Why lights off for no fucking distractions? Okay, like that's where the light is, in the dark. The light to wake you up in the dark. Okay, that's what I feel like initially when they tell people to pray, close your eyes, meditation, close your eyes in the dark, no distractions, so you can get to the light of the truth within. That is within, and that's what them shrooms is gonna do. Light up the truth of you from within. You waking up to you, not something outside of yourself. Okay, telling you about you and who you are, and look for people to praise you and all of that type of shit. If you can't praise your motherfucking self, you praise your motherfucking self. You ain't gotta worry about nobody praising you. Okay, and bound down to you and all that. You're looking for validation because you got some issues, insecurity, and all of that type of thing. All right. So I may make that and if others maybe who had experiences. I know one sister on here who says, I am sub to you. Okay. And I want to tell you, like you made a comment, I forgot, I want to tell you, that definitely you can see your artistic creative abilities. And I just love art and creativity. Okay. But nevertheless, maybe share it one day, like I said, on my Patreon or something like that, but not on here, not on this motherfucker. Folks, it's dangerous on this motherfucker. Okay. Fucking dangerous. But the thing about it is, you really just posing a danger to your fucking selves. Okay. And like this leader over here, this guy was a masseuse, so I would get massages from him. One of her friends, and he come calling me one time, you want some? Motherfucker, who is you? I've never talked to you about this. So whatever you and Miss Bleeding ass got going on over there, don't play with me with your bullshit. Okay? No, I didn't get that from you, and I wouldn't. Okay. And I wouldn't even obtain it or go looking from just any old, but I have no interest in it any longer. Okay. I did my journey for the time being, and that was enough for me. Okay. That was enough for me. Still working that out. Like Kilindi was telling us in the class that his first encounter with it, he had a whole bag. He had about like 30 grams of it. And he didn't know. He didn't know what he was doing. And he sat up there and ate all 30 grams. And I was like, whoa, shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, how did you manage that? And he was like, I'm still working it out. And he said, and that was in 1972, 1970 something. Okay. Going into something like that with no knowledge at all and then taking 30 grams. Okay. Surprised he didn't just go loony. Okay. Loony fucking being. Okay. But anyway, and I am not saying, gotta be clear on this motherfucker. I'm not saying that that's something that, as a matter of fact, I would venture to say that probably, well, I can't, I don't know. Just, if you don't have the knowledge, okay, you haven't talked to real folk, who have the knowledge and working understanding of it, like that group that I was friends with on women. It was called Women in Entheogens on Facebook. Okay, and I knew some of those people, okay, from going to the workshops and stuff. As a matter of fact, they did a conference here in Cleveland. They were doing conferences. They did it. This was after Kai had transitioned. They did a conference here, and they asked me to be one of the speakers. I was one of the speakers there, and I was able to share some of what I learned and obtained from my journey. Okay. All right. And, just talked about Kai, how I had known Kai for years. I knew Kai long before she started Mushroom Farm, though. Not like best friends, nothing like that. I just knew her, would see her around, go to the conscious lectures and all that kind of stuff. Bobby Hibbett come and whoever else, Dr. Africa come and shit like that. We'll go to all the Kwanzaa events and all of that type of thing. Okay. That's how I would see her. Matter of fact, the way I met her was at one of the, well, what was it? It was an event, one of the conscious events or whatever, and I went and read some of my poetry there. Okay. So, I had known her for a long time. All right. But anyway, so that's that. Okay. And I don't even know how I got started on that, but that is not what I was going to talk about on tonight. Oh, that's right, because there is a section in this amazing book that talks about that. And I remember when I first read it, I mean, this was after my journeys, and I read it and I was like, boy, this is so 1000% on point here. And you know what? I don't think I would underline it, which I should have. I didn't put no dog in it, a bookmark in it, but this was so long ago. So I gotta find it. I'm going to find it because I want to share it so that people can have an understanding, because it's interesting. It's like, people still are in this mindset of it being like some kind of synthetic drug or something like that. When, you will say that marijuana, oh, that's and I don't smoke that. Okay. We'll say marijuana, that, oh, that's oh, that ain't no drug. That's an herb. Okay. It's a plant. Okay. But you say mushroom, they still thinking about some shit from the 60s. That drug. No, it's a plant. It's a or maybe you should call it fungus or whatever. Okay. But it's like food that grows from the ground. Okay. There's nothing added to it. Okay. No kind of chemical or anything like that. All right. But anyway, I'm going to find it. Okay. We'll talk about that. But that's not the only thing that I'm going to look for in that book. All right. All right. Let me see if we need to do a reading on anything tonight. I'm hearing yes. Okay. Now I'm just hearing, let's find out more information. I'm not quite sure about what though. Let's see. It's just life in general. So we just see what we get. Okay. I definitely, I did it a while ago. I had okay. Like I said, the matriarchal is not just some same way of thinking, same mindset, same, the community in the world is the same. It's just women in leadership. That's not how that works. That's not what that is. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Let's see what come up. But our group, okay, that we were when coming to my house, it did grow. There was started off with 4 of us, and I think by the last meeting we had, there were maybe 3 or 4 more people came through. Okay. No, I didn't end. I closed the doors on it. You can't come to my house no more. And it was nothing that any of them had done. Okay. But anyway. Okay. Let's just see what needs to be said. I got me a chicken cooking, honey. I got me one of them pasture chickens. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Reverse. Ace of Wands. Upright. 10 of Pentacles. Upright. The Sun. In reverse. Okay. Ace of Swords. Upright. You just can't be. I mean, you can be anything you want to be. Okay. But it's just not wise, I feel like, for a person because of, you want to look a certain way and look grand and great and big and whatnot, just to say any old fucking thing to people who really don't know. And you really damn sure don't know. You ain't did no studies on it or whatever. You just, want this image or, got your self-esteem issues and all this kind of stuff and putting people in all kind of dangerous positions. Just like, Bobby Hemmett would say, like, I loved watching him, okay, in his lectures and listening to him and everything. Don't listen to me. And I mean, how many books would he name off? This book, that book, that book, that book. Yeah. Okay. Go research. Go look it up. Okay. Just listen to something. I think anybody who is sound, has a sound mind, would tell you that. Like I said about that, it's 1,000 videos on YouTube about it. I'm sure you probably could still find that group on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook like that. I mean, one of my profile pages is up. I have 2. One in my good government name and one in the name that I use for my spiritual work, Kenyatta Numika. Okay. But the one in my good government name, you know how Facebook is, you delete it. All you got to do is just act like you logging back in and boom, there it is, which means it never goes any fucking where. It just disappears so people can't see it. Okay. It's, so I'm sure the group is still there. Women in Entheogens. If you want some real knowledge about it, not a fake and a phony, an imposter. You want some real fucking knowledge about it. Okay. If you don't believe in, think it's bad or whatever, okay, moving on. Don't even bother. Ain't nobody over here trying to prove shit to nobody. Okay, but you know, don't just take. I don't know. It's just so silly. It's just so fucking silly. Then I see somebody damn near lose their mind over 5 grams, and then want to get on the World Wide Web and try to tell somebody about it. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because you done heard somebody else who you're jealous of. And I'm looking like, you can't be telling people about that. If you can even deal with it, handle it. You ain't went to no meeting, nothing. But I want to act and pretend like I know and I understand. And you don't. Just so somebody else, could look at you a certain kind of way. It's ridiculous. And that's why I say it's dangerous. We're leading people down the wrong fucking path. Because you don't know. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, Page of Pentacles. What do we need to know here? Okay. Somebody need to know their limitations. Now, this could damn sure coincide with what we're talking about right here. Okay, about these entheogens. Somebody needs to know their limitations. I'm hearing they refuse to know and understand their own limitations. Okay. They want to walk free into something indulgent, I'm hearing, in the things they, like no longer pursue. Okay. So, in other words, don't keep pursuing something. Okay. I'm hearing you've gone way past, well beyond your state of mind. You don't have an understanding. Okay. Just indulging in something without any real understanding of it. Okay. You don't know your limitations. I'm hearing being suckered in. You're being suckered in or pulled into something, and you need to pull back, okay, and stop doing what look, confirmation, goddamn, okay, okay. You need to stop doing well, all right, doing what it is that you're doing, okay, all right. I feel like I said, I really didn't think that. I feel like this reading coincides with what I was just talking about. Not the entheogens in and of themselves, okay, but just the idea of why sometimes people want to run off and jump off into these things. Okay, power, I want power. Okay, power to for why? Okay, for somebody to bow down and worship you. But you won't do it to your own self. You won't bow down and worship your own fucking self. Okay. That's don't believe in yourself. Who the fuck you want to bow down and worship you? Why? And get involved in things looking like I said for power and then looking for information about others and ain't even thinking about your own motherfucking self. That really something is fucking wrong. I need to look at this and work on this shit right here. Okay. That I feel the need to even do this. Power. It was this scripture something about a person shouldn't think of what is this think not more highly of you. I'm gonna find that motherfucker. Okay. I always get the words mixed up. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. For I say, through the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Now, I'm not that, I don't think that means, and I don't necessarily know exactly what the letter was because this was in Romans. Okay, so this was the letter to the, is that how it went to the Romans? Okay, by Paul. I think that's how that go. Okay, but nevertheless, okay, but it's like I don't think that saying. Well, I'm not saying that a person shouldn't think highly of themselves, but more highly than he ought, thinking that you're something that you're not. Okay. Now we tend to think of that as if a person says, oh, I'm wonderful, or they think too high of themselves. No person should think they're fucking wonderful unless they're fucking not. I mean, if you're not, you're fucking not. Shit. Okay. Okay. But thinking that you're not the fucking a queen of all fucking the earth and all realms and all of that type of shit. Okay. And you can barely wipe your ass from day to day. Can't even do the 3D fucking basics. The 3D fucking basics. That puts you in a danger zone. And it damn sure, if you expect people to worship and bow down, that damn sure put them in a fucking danger zone. The basics, let's take care of the basics first. And I'm not saying that if you got your laws, your sparkly stardust in you and all that kind of shit, that you can't work your fucking magic. Work that shit on you in your world, in your life, in your realm, but not to try to destroy and conquer and make others bow down to you and submit to you. Fuck for what? Submit to your fucking ass for what? What have you done for me to submit to you for? And I don't give a fuck what you've done. No one need to bow down and worship you and submit to your motherfucking ass, okay? But goddamn, especially if you ain't even dealt with the motherfucking basics of everyday life and existence. And I said wipe your ass, even just the basic existence of you, your fucking being. Okay. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You sitting up there bleeding, you can't go put a goddamn pad on, a tampon on. Ain't nobody there did not worship you. You over there yelling and screaming about it, want to kill children and all that. Who don't nobody need to bow down and worship your motherfucking ass? Find excuses. I'm just using those as examples because they're wonderful ones. Okay. But it's dangerous, okay, to do that to others and to do it to yourself. But I know, see, when you're in that mindset, you don't give a fuck about others. Okay. But like they used to say when I was in church and talking about the preachers and whatnot, doing the same type of shit, that blood will be on your motherfucking hands. Not anyone else's. Okay. In other words, you're gonna have to deal with that shit. That's gonna be some fucking karma on your head. Okay. But any goddamn way, no, and someone needs to know their limitations here. Okay. Okay. And quit walking in the way, trying to obtain something once again, to try to make you the all powerful, all known, so everybody can bow down and worship my motherfucking ass. Okay, so I can have it all. Had a worship, had a praise. Okay, have the great American 3D cultural way of being in life, and all the money at my feet, and all of that kind of shit. Okay, because see, what it's doing here is what you are trying to obtain here, and doing it in a way, doing it with things that you probably shouldn't be delving into, and all of this type of stuff. Okay, it ain't doing nothing but making your life miserable. The karma, the karma is coming, dropping down on your motherfucking head. And this ain't no reason toward nobody specifically, because you see it. What I say, I'll just say it to their motherfucking asses. Okay, right here on this motherfucker. Since I had to be defamed and all of that type of shit, and all of these people were involved in that shit, to try to get and obtain something. Kill the bitch. Okay, okay. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Leave my motherfucking ass alone with that shit. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. But just hold on. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay. 7 of Swords upright. Okay. And let me see something for a second. Okay. And this is the thing. Looking for some kind of okay, well, that didn't work. What else can I do? to hold on to this thing of that you need to be letting go of, and realizing and knowing your limitations, that, and I'm here well beyond it. You've passed it. Okay. And this is, I'm hearing injury. Okay. That's why your life has become injury, detriment to, I'm hearing to, I was going to say to the self, but I'm hearing to the soul. But I'm also hearing you don't care, you don't give a fuck, you're going to keep on trying. I got to win, I got to win, I got to win. Whoever this may be for. Okay. It may not be you, maybe somebody who's bothering you. Okay. With that shit. Okay. And need to let the shit go. All right. Gonna do whatever they can. Here, let me see something more. No. The sad thing is, I'm looking at this Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. No kindness, no compassion. Don't give a fuck. Okay. But the sad thing about it is the reality is you don't give a fuck to yourself. Okay, you have to have somewhere and some kind of understanding that what you put out is going to come back. This is not something people make up just to say. That's just one of them motherfucking universal laws. It's just what it is. Like I was saying the other day, there are laws and rules to the game. But you're gonna supersede it. It's just been working this way all this time, all this many millennia, but you're gonna supersede it, right? Because I'm hearing it ain't gonna affect me, but you affect it now. Thoroughly. But I'm here, I'm gonna try again. See, this is you can't do nothing about that. Keep on going, keep on trying. I mean, that's like to me, what they say when unalive, a slow way to unalive a motherfucker self. The self-hatred is deep. The self-hatred is real. Because regardless of what you say, the soul and the spirit knows, bitch, you just gonna keep hurting yourself. I know, I'm just gonna keep on doing it. So the self-hatred is deep. So, so you do it slowly. You know how they say people, they may smoke cigarettes or something. Oh, they just, CIL, unalive in themselves. I hate saying that, but what, I don't know. Is it true? Why are we saying these words as opposed to what the actual words is? Somebody help me understand that shit. Okay. When I used to watch YouTube, people just said the words for what they fucking was. Okay. But in other words, you're just gonna kill yourself slowly over time. Okay. But maybe you're just not brave enough to do it outright. And I'm not saying nobody should. Please. Okay. You know how y'all folks out there like to misconstrue on purpose. Because you know what the motherfucker said, but you just want to try to make them look bad. Being willfully obtuse. So it's like, no, you're limited, but you don't give a fuck. Because you think you're doing it to something or someone outside of yourself, not realizing, oh, Gaia, check that rice. Oof. Okay. Not realizing you're doing it to your fucking self. Okay. But I'm here, but I don't care. So, nothing you can do. Some folks is they're just a lost cause. Can't help everybody. Okay. I'm going to check the rice. Yeah, check the rice for me, babe. I forgot I had it on. Okay. I'm gonna still manipulate, lie, cheat, so on and so forth. Okay. And I refuse to have any regrets about it, no matter what's happening no matter the fact that I'm living in a world of misery. See, the person you're doing, they don't care, especially if ain't nothing happened to their ass. Okay, are they taking their spiritual baths and cleansing and all that kind of stuff for the good Lord and ancestors to protect them? Hell, even your motherfucking ancestors will be protecting that person because your ancestors probably done told you, bitch, leave that motherfucker alone over there. You know, fucking it up for the whole bloodline, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell your motherfucking ass what? We won't work with your motherfucking ass no more. We gonna protect the bitch you bothering and the motherfucker over there bothering. We gonna protect them too, goddamn. All right. So I end up having your own ancestors working against you. Okay. And your own descendants, them that ain't even came yet because they see, goddamn, you done fucked it up for all of us. So the ones that ain't even came yet, we gonna protect their motherfucking ass too, goddamn. Okay, look at that. Look at it. Devil upright, high priestess in fucking reverse. Okay, 4 of wands upright. Okay, you the may. I heard you the the devil your home, but see the motherfucker. You know, it's just like, if he's a trickster and a liar and all of that kind of stuff, you're having a field day with your ass. That's where your energy is. It's like, I done said this before, okay, and I'm gonna say it again in so many words. Okay. You know, it's like you don't be looking to assist those who okay. You don't be looking to assist those who done bothered you. But sometimes you end up doing that shit. But guarantee they done help your motherfucking ass. You learn the whole game board, the board. Okay. That told you rules and regulations. Okay, on how to play that motherfucker. And what the fuck is gonna be is what the fuck is going to be. Okay. You done try to supersede all kind of natural law and spiritual law and all of this kind of shit. And the natural law and spiritual law show you every time that you can't, a motherfucker, you can't. Don't work that way. It's not how the game is. That's not you can't. You can't do it. Okay. So it's just see how you got them bound and all chained up and everything. That's your motherfucking mind. You know your limitations. But you refuse. Or this person refuses, whoever is, in this energy. Okay. And I guess think they're so smart and so suave, they can outsmart the universe, they can outsmart the devil here, they can outsmart God, they just can outsmart everything and everybody. Okay. Ain't listening to a damn part of their intuition. None. Or what the spirit is telling you. What your ancestors are telling you. Save yourself. Stop being dumb. Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. Temperance upright. Ace. Okay. Save yourself. Save your home. Past, present, and future. Okay. Stop betraying your motherfucking self. Stop betraying your fucking home, past, present, and future. Your peoples, your bloodline, the earth. Quit putting all that goddamn, your home, the earth, whatever this plane is that we're on. You putting all that nasty energy out there, and we trying to get it here. We trying to bring it into some kind of goddamn balance. Okay. Don't realize you're acting out of this. Don't love yourself. Ain't willing to love yourself. See that single little bit of shit that you're trying to get from out of somebody else by doing this shit here, all up in this energy here. Okay, got you motherfucking here. I'm on pride. Now pride and ego, which let's see what it say. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction. That's where you at. Ego, haughty spirit before a fall. Pride. I'm keep on, I'm keep on, I'm keep on, I'm keep on, I'm keep on. And fuck me, myself, my bloodline, my home, my family, and life on earth, because you putting all that energy out there. I'm put out there. I'm keep doing. I'm keep doing. But okay, we're gonna go to the fifth dimension. We all got a fucking responsibility. All of us. Okay. Stop doing bullshit. I mean, it's just real bullshit. Sit up there to try to hurt and destroy someone else for some pinnacles because you think you're going to get this out of it. When you possibly could get this, but not from doing that type of shit. You might get pretend and be sitting up there like this the whole fucking time. Where's it at? Come on, motherfucker. Where is it at? And be just as miserable as the day is fucking long. Okay. The world and the earth and the ethers is tired of fucking pretend. And I'm here, ain't gonna be no more pretend. That shit coming to an end, to a close, whether you like it, whether you're ready for it or not. Okay. And you will be a part of it. I'm here in the gang. Okay. You who choose to live in dismay. Okay. I mean, something about indiscretion. Okay. And hurt and harm and hinder others, hindering the goddamn earth. And you think you just going after one fucking person. You think you just hindering one person. You put all that badass energy out there. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. And creating dismay for others. Now, we all got to be responsible for ourselves too. But still, okay, creating dismay for others. That's why I like Bobby Hemming. He wasn't the only one, no. Who, go read for yourself. Go look it up for yourself. Listen to somebody, especially when you see what their agenda is. When that's clear, just to hurt and harm someone else. What would you listen to somebody like that? Okay. And I don't give a fuck. Like I said to the sister, okay, you people, when you see somebody like that, trust and believe. Okay, I said I know, bitch. Them put and her band or whatever that fucking put what am I saying? Shit in my name that and made out like I did stuff that I didn't do. Tried to report my ass to the FBI. All kind of dumb shit. Okay. And how you know anybody that get on there, she ain't the only one, goddamn. But I'm talking about Spicy over there, Spicy Mustard. Like I said, anybody get on there and talk all kind of crazy ass shit like that. You know, by the fruit that they bear, ye shall know them. It ain't hard. It ain't mysterious. It ain't. I don't know. She did say she was gonna put a bullet in some child's head, but. Okay. What am I saying? They after your motherfucking ass too. Because it ain't real. It's fake. That's okay. I ain't just talking about Spicy over there, but good ass example. They ain't the only one do stupid shit like that. Okay. They ain't not out there to do anything that's beneficial to you. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it. Okay. So just beware. And I ain't over here to say, don't listen to that person, don't listen to this person, that person, whatever. Okay. Spicy, whatever. Who cares? Okay. Spicy Mustard, like I said, that bitch. That's the way you did me, bitch, all them lies and shit. Okay. Put me in all kind of danger, bitch. Now I'm gonna tell the truth. Okay. help myself, and hopefully be of assistance to somebody else. So go look that group up, Women in Entheogens. Like I said, I hadn't planned on talking about that tonight at all. Okay. All right. Look up what it is. Look it up. You ain't gotta do no long, hardcore search. It's right there on Google. Okay. Studies on psilocybin. And you will see it comes from reputable websites. Reputable.gov. Reputable websites. You can look up the brother's name, Kilindi Iyi, Iyyi. Timothy Leary, Leary. And find reputable information.gov, goddamn. What was it? The Harvard EDU. And they don't want whoever these controllers are, whatever they are, reptilians, whatever the fuck, don't want you to. I keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. There are others saying it. They don't want you to come into the knowledge of yourself. Why? Because you are easily controlled. Okay, and fed off of. Okay. All right. I'm cooking me a nice chicken, some rice and spinach. And I'm about to eat and enjoy. All right. All right, y'all be blessed. No, y'all have favor. Peace.